Welcome on into the video. This is going to be a very short video. There has been a change. I was wrong. When I played the other day, I obviously did not attempt a splash shot, but it's back. The splash and the flop shot are somewhat back. And I will say somewhat and I'll clarify somewhat. But if you are looking to get back in the splash shot, flop shot game, good news, 2K in this most recent update, they didn't mention it in their patch notes. Surprise, surprise. They don't do a great job with their patch notes. But if you do hit a red fast or red slow, you can see here that I am not hitting it 2 feet in front of me anymore. And I can actually get it onto the green, or at least half the distance. So if that is a shot that you like, you can now have some sort of forgiveness. Now, I was also reading and playing, noticing that fast and slow reds also do not take as much for like driver swings, for all swings. Essentially, they've reduced the penalty for the red fast and the red slows and try to get the game a little bit more enjoyable for everybody involved. It's coming, to me personally, a little bit too late. They should have done this months ago. I don't know why it took so long for them to do this, but they have done it, so we'll see where it goes and where TGC goes with their difficulty levels, if they kind of go back to the master settings or if they stick with what they got for this season on the pro settings. But I just want to say it is back. Now, I say kinda, and I'm going to express that because I don't know, maybe it's because I haven't used it in a while, but I feel like it's still very choppy and it's very difficult to hit perfects. That could be now that I'm hitting with longer wedges, I have less distance control. So if you want a more perfect ability, you need distance control. So these wedges don't have the highest of distance control, and I'm sure I could potentially be losing out on the perfect swings because of that. I mean, this is obviously a great shot because it stops super fast and you can get it to stop super fast. But I think especially on shots like this, and this is where I'm not a big fan of this, is like the vibration is well below my belt buckle, and this is like a very short stroke, which is going to incur a very fast release. And like, it's very hard to avoid that because you gotta essentially like not hit the ball at all or push the stick forward at all in order to get this to come out if it's below your belt buckle. If it's obviously above your belt buckle, there's a lot of room where you can lag the club and let it go a little higher and catch it back on the way down. Kind of like similar to what we do for the pitch shot. So I know the splash shot is back, the flop shot is back. It will be useful, especially in sandy situations, going downhill slopes, things along those lines. But me personally, I'm not about it. I used to be my favorite shot. Obviously, shots like that where I can go above my belt buckle, I'll probably be using it. So, for instance, if I'm in one of these situations right here, and I'm short side to a green bunker, it's right, like my vibration is like right above my knee right here. This is way too shallow. I'm going to have to use a pitch shot because there's just not enough room to lag the club in. If I'm something like, we'll say over here, this is going to be a much further shot, almost a max lob shot. That's going to be chest level. This is much easier because you can let it pass the top of your swing and catch it on the way down, and you're much less likely to hit a very fast or very slow. But at the same time, you play the game with it coming up short. So me personally, I really have gotten accustomed to the pitch shot. I know a lot of people are against it, and I'll kind of explain why. And it's just the pitch shot. It's like, even on the short shots, you still have a good distance for a good takeaway. You can be very comfortable with it. You don't have to be short and quick with it. You can be very loose, but at the same time, it's just really good stuff. And on top of that, you can see here, I'm in a 69% sand. So I noticed obviously the red fast and red slow, they're not as big penalizing, but they can still cause a problem. And that's what I don't want. But with the pitch shot, I feel like even if it's in a 70% bunker or a 70% rough, it's still going the distance. So I'm 67 here, it's going to roll out to the distance if I still hit at that spot. That's a very slow. But look, the very slow still pretty much rolled out to that distance. Let's give you a better example here. Better example. You know, not perfect. There's a red fast out of the 67, and look where it lands. Good example. Let's get this good example. Let's test the waters. All right, 67%, putting it right where I would put the pitch shot. Chest is the marker. I hit fast, and I still pretty much got there. I think that the penalty is pretty much the same. I just don't feel comfortable anymore. That's pretty good still too. So this is just a lot of testing here. But there's one thing that I'm comfortable with now, and it's the pitch shot. I'm good at finding the marker, I'm good at relaxing the club, and I'm good at hitting perfects when it comes to the pitch shot. I like that it rolls out a little bit. I will be hitting the splash shot on anything short, so like this is a perfect splash shot opportunity here. And then you just let it roll on down. So all in all, the splash shot is back. This is not a shot I'd use the splash shot in. I'd use the pitch shot in this situation. I'd pull it all the way back. I just feel more comfortable now that it's been taken away from me. I feel like I can have a lot more control with the pitch shot, but the splash shot is an extremely useful shot. So I just hit that pitch shot there. Let me hit the splash shot so you guys get the exact same look. Do my best to hit it as equally as good. It's just it's harder to time. It's harder to get a perfect release. And I think that's the big thing that is skewing me away from the splash shot. It's because it's just, for me personally, these short ones, they're just much harder to time because you have to barely move the stick. It's such a short swing. And it's going to come up a little bit short. See if we can get right back in that same bunker. Same bunker, same spot. I want the pitch shot this time. Same bunker, same spot. A little fast as well. You're going to get very similar results. That's proof to you right now. And I'll tell you that you're going to get very similar results. You just have to go based off of what you like is best for you, I'll say. So, I mean, personally, I have broken the pitch shot into my game. I've become very comfortable with the pitch shot. I like how flexible I can, and I like that the pitch shot rolls out a little bit. Even on fast and slow swings, you still get a lot of rollout, and you're quite fine. So, I think you're good either way. It's really up to you on what you prefer and what you want to use. I will be using the splash shot in a bit of a situation. Anything above my belt buckle, I don't mind using the splash shot. But at the same time, I am also a big component of still using the pitch shot. I mean, this is a perfect example again. So we saw the splash shot there, it rolled out. We got the same exact lie, pretty much same exact swing. Hit them both slightly fast. That one has a little bit more rollout. That's pretty much seals it for me. Chipping on in, and that's pretty much going to be it. I just wanted to cover. There has been a change. I'm confirming. I've tested it. They've pretty much made the penalty the exact same for the pitch shot and the splash shot. Also, for all of your other clubs, the red fast and the red slow is not as big of a penalty. Highly recommend using longer clubs if you're playing on the pro difficulty in the TGC or in your thing, because you're going to be able to get away with a lot more simply because the game is not as difficult. That's pretty much going to wrap it up. Please do not forget, if you guys want tips, if you guys want these little videos, to like and subscribe down below. And that's pretty much going to be it. Hope you guys have a good weekend. Catch you guys next time.